Good morning, Card Media. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Have here a 1989 Topps Phillies Leaders card. This was one of the base product cards. Phillies, or the Topps put in there for each team, a list of the leaders of each of their statistics offensively and pitching wise. And Mike Schmidt made the cover of the card. Obviously, he's the biggest name player on the Phillies at the time. But if you look at the back, of note, Mike's name does not appear within the batting leaders of the Phillies from 1988. Clearly, 1989 was his last year, therefore his skills were diminishing. We all know that. But it's almost like a slight to the other members of the team that they would put Mike on the cover of the card just because of his name recognition versus any of the other members of the team that actually did lead the team in something. So I just thought that was a funny little inconsistency there. Today's random baseball item of the day. I am sticking with my box set theme, trying to go through all my box sets for you. I have the 1989 Kmart release by Topps, Baseball's Dream Team. You can see back in the day it cost you $1.97. One of the things I always say is never pay more than $5 for these box sets if you see them online or in a store or anywhere. I know my LCS, I can get some of these for $1, so don't ever pay more. And for $5, you can get some quality players here. These were all younger players of the day. You're not going to find your Nolan Ryans in here. But you do get a couple Hall of Famers in the end. The first group are all stars of the game at the time in '88. It's interesting that none of them ended up being anything big as far as Hall of Fame worthy. Till you get into the other ones that have been around for a while, then they started getting into the American League young rookies who'd been around for a couple years, and then eventually the National League young rookies. So you'll see, starting with Will Clark. So you have a handful of Hall of Famers, not a ton, but again, $4-5. It's not a bad investment to get some star quality players. 33 cards in each box, so for $5, it's not a bad investment if you so choose. All right. So today's trivia question. I have two cards in the background that just don't fit my collection. So these are the prize. I have here an on-card auto of a basketball player named Quincy Lewis. I have no idea who Quincy Lewis is, if he was good, if he ended up in the Hall of Fame someday. I have no clue. But this came in a win I got from Kevin's Budget Card Breaks, a stack of autographed cards. We got that one. And then here is an on-card. I think it's a sticker auto. No, it looks like an on-card auto. I think this whole thing is a sticker. I don't know. Couldn't tell. Anyway, Dwayne Allen, tight end. I looked him up because this is just like his Clemson, picture, and probably around that time when he was still at Clemson. I don't know, but he did play in the pros. So Dwayne Allen is a NFL player. So two pro player cards, one of football, one of basketball. Trivia question. In line of football and basketball being up there, and since I am a Philly guy, I want you to tell me the answer to this trivia question. In what year did the Philadelphia 76ers last win an NBA championship? And in what year did the Philadelphia Eagles last win an NFL championship? Since you got a football player and a basketball player up there, give me the answer to that question. And you'll be entered in the Sunday drawing to win those two autographed cards. So I'll repeat the question in the description below, along with my email, okay? So I'm going to move this out of the way today, because what I'm doing today is something I've been waiting on a while for the right time to do it. And today is the day. I want to brag about a channel for a second. It is time for the Baseball Card Hall of Fame vote. And everybody out there, you are all eligible to enter your votes for the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Baseball Card Hall of Fame is something that Ray from Philly, who's a fellow YouTuber to us all in the card community, came up with about 5 years ago. He just thought it'd be fun on his own to select cards that were so popular they deserved being put in a Hall of Fame of baseball cards. And he would do 10 a year. Now, so there's been 10 a year for 4 years. This is the 5th year. I'm not sure if he has any intentions on slowing down, but you see up there, you can pick up to 10 total cards on this list that he's put together. And before, he didn't have a list. Before, he just said, tell me 10 cards you think are worthy of inclusion. It got bigger and bigger each year until last year he had over 550, I think, entries, people who'd voted. And it becomes a little tedious for him to do it. So him and his buds, he has 2 friends who help him out with this. And I'm going to include a link to the video below that describes this, because within the video that they put out is the link to the Google Doc you got to go into to get this vote thing up. And I do want you all to go to vote. I want you to go out. I want everybody to go out and support this. I've done it 3 years in a row now. This is my 3rd year doing this with Ray. So, it might be my 4th, I can't recall. I'm going to go through the cards real quick. Now, again, him and his friends picked this group of cards as up for consideration right now. Now, if you don't see a card, you think, well, gee, how come that isn't it? It's possible that it's already in the quote-unquote Baseball Card Hall of Fame as they have created it. So there'll be a link to that list in here if you want to go back and find out. So I'm going to go through the cards up for consideration and then go back and make a selection and make sure I end up with 10 before I hit submit. You ready? Here we go. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. If this is too much, that's not bad. All right, so this way it really gives you a good look at the cards. So starting with the 1888 Goodwin Champions King Kelly. All right, you can see here he even says that's new to the ballot this year. 1909 Ramley Walter Johnson. A couple T206s here, T205, T205 Christy Mathewson, the T206 Eddie Plank, and the T206 Tris Speaker. The 1914-15 Ty Cobb. The what is that one? The I don't know the year. I'm going to try to scroll down here a little bit. Okay, the 33 DeLong Lou Gehrig. I'm not sure why he chose a 33. That is it's a classic set, so that's probably why he has it. 33 Gowdy Dizzy Dean. 34 Gowdy Hank Greenberg. 34 Gowdy Lou Gehrig. There you go. Love this one. The 39 Play Ball Doge Joe DiMaggio. The 41 Play Ball Pee Wee Reese. I think that's because it says these are people's rookie cards. You got the 48 Yogi Berra. The 48 Bowman Yogi Berra. The 50 Bowman Jackie Robinson. I have to take a look and see if the 48 leaf or the 49 leaf Jackie Robinson is already in, because that would have been the one I selected. I don't think 50 Bowman's a good one unless the leaf has already been selected. I don't think the 50 Bowman deserves to be on the list. Sorry, guys. 52 Eddie Matthews. 53 Bowman Color Mickey Mantle. The 54 Bowman Ted Williams, the 54 Topps Al Kaline. A lot of these are going to be rookie cards now going to get into this era. The 54 Topps Kaline is his rookie. The 54 Ted Williams Wilson Franks card. 57 rookie of Topps Brooks Robinson. The 58 Roger Maris rookie. 60 Carl Yastrzemski rookie. 67 Seaver rookie, and then the 68 Seaver single. You got the 69 bench single, the 73 Topps Clemente, his final card, the 73 Schmidt, 78 Murray, 79 Ozzie, the 81 Fleer Fernando. Interesting that they chose Fleer. 83 OPG Tony Gwynn. I've got no clue why they would have gone OPG in this case, but they did. 84 Fleer Update Roger Clemens. 87 Donruss Greg Maddox. 1990 Leaf Frank Thomas. 1990 Frank Thomas, no name on front. 1990 Upper Deck Reggie Jackson Auto. The 1991 Topps Desert Shield Chipper Jones, the 1992 Bowman Mariano Rivera, the 1997 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. game used uh, relic card, and then the 1999 Upper Deck bat card of Babe Ruth. So I'm going to go back and make my votes and describe some things as I go along. Okay, I would love to see everybody do something similar to this for me, with in your own time. Now, I like the King Kelly card, I do, but I don't know. I think some of the Allen and Ginter, I liked the Allen and Ginter cards more than the good ones back in the day. I'm going to skip that one for right now. Because again, I can only do 10, so I'm going to go through and really be picky about what I select and what I don't select. 1909 Ramley Walter Johnson, I love. That's kind of his rookie card, but I'm going to skip that one. Like the T205 Mathewson. The T206 Eddie Plank, that one I'm selecting because that is one of the biggest rare cards out there. Those who collect T206s know that the Eddie Plank was short print for some reason, so there's like a handful of them out there. Maybe, I know there's less than 100. I'm guessing there's less than 50, but I'm not updated on my T206 history right now. But that's definitely one that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. The Cracker Jack set is a legendary set, and the Ty Cobb is one of the bigger ones. Joe Jackson's probably bigger than Cobb in that. I don't know if they already chose the Joe Jackson from that set, but I'm going to click on Ty Cobb. I think that was a good card. Don't care about the DeLongs. I don't know that Dizzy Dean's Gowdy deserves to be on there. Not a fan of the 34 Hank Greenberg as a Gowdy. I think there's better, more worthy cards at the moment. I might do the 34 Gowdy Lou Gehrig. I don't know. I'm going to leave it go for right now. 39 Play Ball Joe DiMaggio is a classic one. I'm going to select that. The Pee Wee Reese, again, not a big deal to me. 48 Bowman Yogi Berra is a well-known established rookie card, one that deserves to be in there. Eddie Matthews. One of the things about the Eddie Matthews cards, if I remember correctly, it's either the card number 1 or it was the final card in the 52 set. So it's very, very difficult to find in good condition. So it's an homage to the history of the card collecting community. It defines the concept that the kids in the day, used to put their cards together using rubber bands, and the front and the back card were damaged. And this card happens to be a Hall of Famer as well. So it's really one of those great stories about card collecting that people need to know. So I'm happy to make this one of the ones that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to skip over the Williams and the K-Line. I think K-Line's great, but at this point in time, I don't know that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I always love and will still forever love the Wilson's Franks Ted Williams. I think this is an iconic card. I'm going to select that. I'm going to skip over all of these modern ones for now. The bench one I love. This is one of the most pretty cards out there that I think, it's a very young bench. You got the red and white uniform that he's wearing. You got the fantastic green of the grass behind him, and you got the little splotch of blue and white in the logo, the color scheme, and then the yellow text and the trophy. Just the colors on this card pop all over the place. So I absolutely love it. I'm going to take my Mike Schmidt guy. I'm going to keep pushing for that. I think Ray keeps it on there because of his allegiance to Mike Schmidt as mine. So I'm definitely going to select that. I'm going to go with the Ozzy because the Ozzy is a story in centering. Ozzy is a story because the Topps set of 79 is notorious for being off-centered. It's almost impossible to get a perfectly centered Topps card. So if you have a PSA 10 Ozzie Smith from 79, you've got yourself a gold mine there, people. So I'm going to select that card. I have no idea why OPG is selected over Topps, but so be it. I'm going to skip that one, but I'm going to take the the Fleer update, I should say, from 94, because this is when craziness in cards took off. It also represents to me the first year that somebody other than Topps captured the imagination of the card collecting community. From 1980, from 1952 through 1955, Topps and Bowman were battling it out for supremacy, but Topps came out on top. And we're all well familiar with the Topps designs. We remember the Bowman designs, but we think of Topps. And then for the next, 30 years, the next 25 years, Topps owned the world until Donruss and Fleer came in 81. The first offerings of Donruss and Fleer nobody cared about. They didn't attract the attention of the collecting community. They were poorly done, many errors. Nobody cared about those first offerings. And then in 84, those two companies stepped up their game. And for the next few years, I think Topps actually took a back seat to either Donruss or Fleer each year. One of those had the card set that everybody wanted. An 84 update was the set for the longest time, and still to this day. It's like a multiple $100 set to get the 84 Fleer update. You had Roger Clemens and Kirby Puckett, and I think Darryl Strawberry might have been in there too, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, 84 Fleer update, Roger Clemens is, to me, it signifies that period in card history when update sets took over with the rookie card craze, and Fleer and Donruss finally outpaced Topps as being the card to collect. So I'm going to click on that. The 1990 Leaf Frank Thomas intrigues me because that was the card to get in 1990. I mean, everybody wanted this card. I'm going to skip over that though and take the no name on front. This is one of those iconic era cards that demands to be considered and demands to be part of the set, or this Hall of Fame has to be. 1990 Upper Deck Auto Reggie Jackson I'm taking, and I'll tell you why I'm taking this card. This was the first time a card company randomly inserted an autographed card into packs. I think this card might be like $1,000 card or dang near it today if you want to get it. And to get it back in the day would have been incredibly rare because of the mass production of the cards. There might still be some in unopened product to this day, but this was the first time an insert card took the community by storm, and we've never looked back. So this one to me is iconic. I'm going to stop now and see where I'm at because I might be at 10, and I kind of want to go with the Chipper Jones. One of these two I'm going to go for. The Chipper Jones. The Desert Shield was fantastic. It kind of defined the parallel sets for a while. I mean, the parallel sets they've been around for a while. If you consider what a parallel set is, the Topps Tiffany, the Fleer Glossy, the Score Glossy, you can consider them parallel sets if you want. Certainly the Topps Gold, which came out in 92, you could consider parallel set, but I think Desert Shield is one of the most well-known parallel sets out there. And the Chipper Jones, if you can get a Desert Shield version, wow. But again, I'm going to hold off for a second. I'm going to see how many I have. Let's see what I got. So I have 1 with the Eddie Plank, 2 Ty Cobb, 3 is Joe DiMaggio, 4 Yogi Berra, 5 Eddie Matthews, 6 your Ted Williams, 7 Johnny Bench, 8 Mike Schmidt, 9 Ozzie, 10 Clemens, 11 and 12. So I got too many already. So I'm going to stick with what I got. I'm not going to get rid of these, but I got a pair away 2 that I'm going to skip and stick with what I got. All right. So I think the 2 that I'm going to pair away, I'm going to take off the play ball Joe DiMaggio because I still like the play ball heads up version from 36 better. So I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to keep my Yogi, but I think I'll drop the Bench. Even though it's a great card, I still love it to death. There's other more deserving cards to be in the Hall of Fame than Johnny Bench's second-year card. So that's my 10 now. I'm going to go through them one more time for you. Actually, I want to jump down to the end real quick because one of the things I want to talk about these 2 cards. Just like the Reggie is a first insert ever with an autograph on it, these 2, and this is what Ray and his team believe to be true, this jersey patch was the first jersey slab put between 2 pieces of cardboard, or the first piece of a jersey inserted into a card was this, and this bat history card from Upper Deck was the first time a game used bat was inserted into cardboard. Now, frankly, I don't have if you consider what they're doing, take a Babe Ruth bat, a game-used Babe Ruth bat, and chop it up into a million little pieces and put a piece in a card. What did you just do? You took a Babe Ruth bat, which are almost impossible to find, and you cut it up so that you could put a piece of it into a card and sell it to kids. It's almost sacrilegious to me. You know, it's the same with the jersey thing. You're taking a game-worn Ken Griffey Jr. jersey, and they've done this with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig jerseys. They've taken actual jerseys and they've sliced them up into little pieces and put it in a card to sell. To destroy a piece of history like that is almost sacrilegious. I have a hard time. Now, I say that, but at the same time, my collection is filled with bat cards and jersey cards of Mike Schmidt, and I'm not ever going to give up any of them. But it's fascinating to think about that whole concept to me. Anyway, so I think I've got my 10 now. So to go back and remind you all, the 10 cards I've chosen for this year's Hall of Fame inductee. I got your T206 Eddie Plank, the 1914-15 Crackerjack Ty Cobb, the 1948 Bowman Yogi Berra rookie, 1952 Topps Eddie Matthews rookie, the 1954 Wilson's Franks Ted Williams, the 1973 Topps Mike Schmidt rookie, 1979 Topps Ozzie Smith rookie, 1984 Fleer Update Roger Clemens rookie, 1990 Topps Frank Thomas No Name on front, and the 1990 Upper Deck Reggie Jackson autographed insert. There you have it. That is my 10 cards I'm selecting for this year's Hall of Fame vote. I'm going to go up here. I guess we put the submit at the bottom here. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Oh, here's the list, just so you know. When you go there, there'll be a list. I'm not going to go through it. There's a list of all the players, okay? So I'm going down here, and I'm done, and I say submit, bam. And it says your response right here. Your response has been recorded. So there you have it, people. I greatly recommend or highly recommend, or I'm pleading with you all, please take time to go look at Ray from Philly's channel. I have included a link in the description below. Go to that video of the Hall of Fame announcement. There will be a link in his video to the Hall of Fame baseball card voting ballot. I want you to go to his channel first so that he can describe everything to you. Him and his buddies have about a 5-minute explanation of the whole concept to it. And again, Ray from Philly's doing this on his own, but it's become a big enough thing that last year, Dr. James Beckett interviewed Ray for his podcast to highlight that Ray is doing this. And I know Dr. James Beckett actually put in a vote for the Hall of Fame of baseball cards to Ray's channel. So while this isn't like some kind of official building or whatever, if Ray sticks with it long enough and he gets some backers, maybe he can actually, maybe we can actually have a Hall of Fame of baseball cards someday. All right. So, hey, thanks for watching. This was a little long, but I think it was worth it. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. Don't forget my own trivia question. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.